Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. I am your host, as always. I am David Hittle, real estate professional with United Real Estate Louisville, and I'm coming to you once again on Sunday, March 27th. It is officially International Whiskey Day. So if you are a drinker, partake in the celebration of whiskey today, as today is International Whiskey Day. And today, on today's show, we're going to talk about what you can expect from this spring housing market. Spring is finally here. The birds are singing, they are tweeting, they are roaming around, they are eating a lot of the bird food that I have purchased for them, and they are just enjoying life and enjoying the sunshine. We're also going to talk about what you need to know if you are thinking about building a home, some important things you need to know about the building of a new home. New construction takes a little bit longer than just closing on an existing home and moving in, but it may be something that is right for you. And finally, we're going to talk about the many benefits of home ownership. So sit back, relax. It's a little cold outside today, so you won't want to be outside. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show today. Before we get started, I would love for you to visit my website if you have any sort of real estate need, or you know of someone who has a real estate need. You can always send them to my website, that is shopkentuckyhomes.com, and they can do almost anything on this website. They can get the current home's valuation, they can look for their next home, they can use my dream home finder to find their dream home. They can just go on there and explore and find the most expensive home in Louisville and just take a look at it and see what they think. But anything like that, anything dealing with real estate, they can do on my website. And again, that is shopkentuckyhomes.com. So, what can we expect from this spring housing market? Again, spring is here. The housing market, the spring housing market has kicked off, and you will want to know, everyone will want to know what to expect this season when it comes to either buying a home or selling a home. And of course, there are multiple factors involved that are causing uncertainty today. We have conflicts overseas, Ukraine and Russia, rising inflation, the first Federal Reserve interest rate hike in over 3 years. So the housing market seems to be relatively immune to all of these things. Housing is still selling like wildfire. Here in the Louisville market, we have just over 1,000 homes, less than a month of inventory. Um, it looks very eerily similar to the previous 2, 3 years. There is one stark difference, however, from this year versus the previous years, and that is mortgage rates. Freddie Mac is the reporter of the mortgage rates, and they reported that the 30-year fixed mortgage rate has increased more than a full point in the past 6 months. So a full 1% over 30 years in the past 6 months. But despite some mild fluctuation in recent weeks, experts believe that rates will continue to edge up over the next 90 days. So Freddie Mac says it this way: the Federal Reserve raising short term rates and signaling further increases means mortgage rates should continue to rise over the course of the year. So this week, the mortgage rates for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 4.42%. And that's on the closed private market. 4.42% is the interest rate on average for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So that means when we look at retail rates, which is what you and I get when we go to our lender, you're looking at more of a 5% plus with a 4.42% on the private market. So if you are a first time buyer or a first time seller thinking of moving to a home that better fits your needs, you need to take that into account. Now, if you are a seller, you of course are in a, a great position, a better position if you have equity. If you take, say, your $100,000 in equity and apply it to a $300,000 home, your loan is only $200,000 versus it would originally be 300,000 if you had no down payment. First time home buyers are at a bit of a disadvantage there is they have to just save this money naturally, and a majority of first time home buyers do not have a large down payment. So, again, the bigger the loan, the higher the interest rate, the bigger the monthly payment. Of course, it makes sense. So, first time home buyers are going to be the most impacted by mortgage rates going up. So, again, if you are that first time home buyer or seller, you need to realize that waiting will likely mean you'll pay a higher mortgage rate on your purchase. And that higher rate, in turn, drives up your monthly payment and can really add up over the life of the loan. The number two thing we are seeing with this spring housing market is that housing inventory will increase. Even here in Louisville, while we are suffering about a 1,000, a little more than 1,000, some weeks it goes under 1,000 listings on the market. We know as long as housing market tradition holds up, that the warmer it gets outside, the more listings eventually hit the market. So I think right now it's just a matter of preparing sellers for how quickly their home is going to sell. Maybe having a contingency for the purchase of their new home, a reverse contingency for home sellers, but having that type of contingency in place for a future buyer and making sure that they have found their new place, that they're satisfied with their new place, and that they're not going to try to second guess once they are under contract with their new place, which may in turn interfere or mess up the sale of their home. So, of course, if you are a home seller, we want to have your home under contract, which should happen within an instant, and then you immediately looking for that next home so that there's no gap there for you being homeless. And of course, we can also have delayed possession agreements at the end if you need a little bit more time to get moved out and into your new home. We do it all the time. I've done it a lot. We can make it happen. But as the weather does warm up, we do anticipate housing inventory increasing. Realtor.com recently reported that the number of newly listed homes has grown for each of the last 2 months, and that is good. The National Association of Realtors just announced the month's supply of inventory increased for the first time in 8 months. So the inventory of existing homes usually grows every spring, and it seems based on recent activity, the next 90 days could bring more listings to the market. So, what this means for you is that if you are a buyer who has been frustrated with the limited supply of inventory, the limited supply of homes on the market, been there, I know that, then you will start to see, as the home buyer, you will start to see more homes hit the market. However, you still need to be prepared to act quickly because there are still a ton of home buyers out there looking just like you. If you are a seller listing now instead of waiting for the additional inventory to hit the market, the additional competition to hit the market might make more sense to you, and you can leverage that in a negotiation during the sale, which will impact the additional homes that hit the market as well. So if your home sells for more than your neighbor's home when they go to sell this summer or later on this spring, they are going to see an increase in their property values as well. Again, as the seller, you are in control a lot more than if you're the buyer. If you are the seller, you can put those contingencies for the purchase of your new home on that contract. If you're the buyer, that's a little bit harder, but still possible, even in today's market. Number three thing on the list here that we're looking at for the spring housing market is that home prices are going to continue to rise. There's a lot of talk of a crash that's going to happen. People are saying, and they're calling me and asking me, they're saying that, oh, the mortgage interest rates are going up. People are not going to be able to afford a home. So home prices are going to fall. No, that is not what is predicted. Even if home interest rates, mortgage interest rates rose to 5, 6, 7%, there is still affordability there. And there will still be home buyers, especially those who just sold a home. There are still going to be home buyers that can put enough money down or buy enough points to make it worth their while. So there are still going to be home buyers out there if mortgage interest rates go sky high. Now, there will be a lot of people, if mortgage rates do go sky high, that will get priced out of the market. In other words, they're counting on this monthly payment, and when mortgage rates go up, their monthly payment goes up as well. So there will be some home buyers that are priced out of the market, but I still believe home prices are going to continue to rise. They will just rise at a more steady clip, and there will still be enough home buyers out there to fill the need and to purchase the homes that do hit the market, just because people are wanting to move, they're wanting to get into a home, they're wanting to do all of that, really, no matter what the interest rates are. This is from the Realtor.com housing report. They said that during the final 2 weeks of the month, this was February, more new sellers entered the market than during the same time last year. However, we still have 5.8 million new homes missing from the market, and millions of millennials are at their first time buying ages, making housing supply faces a long road to catch up with demand. So, what does that mean to you? So, with the demand for housing, we have millions of millennials that are hitting home buying age. They're wanting to buy their first home. They're wanting to buy maybe a starter home, maybe a bigger home. The millennials are actually the generation that has waited the longest to purchase a home. So they have saved more than any other generation. They are more prepared for, they have higher wages, certainly, than previous generations. So they are to purchase the home and have the down payment to purchase the home. And So demand will continue to outpace supply, meaning home prices will continue to rise. And many experts believe that the level of appreciation or the level of home price rise may decelerate from the high double digits that we have seen, but that means that prices are still going to go up, just maybe not 20, 25, 30% like we have seen over the past few years. And again, here's the question I've been getting. Won't increasing mortgage rates cause home prices to fall? And here's your answer. While some people believe, or some people may believe, a 1% increase in mortgage rates will impact demand so dramatically that home prices will fall, Doug Duncan, the senior vice president and chief economist at Fannie Mae, puts it this way. He says, "What I will caution against is making the inference that interest rates have a direct impact on house prices. That is not true." So Freddie Mac studied the impact that mortgage rates increasing by at least 1% has had on home prices in the past. So back in October of 1993, going into looking at October 93 to December 1994, a 14-month period, they saw a 2.38% increase in mortgage rates. 2.38%. Home prices still increased by 3%. In January of 96 to September of 96, an 8-month period, mortgage interest rates rose 1.2%, but home prices still rose 2%. From October of 98 till May of 2000, looking at 19 months there, the increase was 1.81% in mortgage interest rates, and home prices in that time rose 13%. So the average is 13 months. The increased average is 1.46, and the average home price increase is still 8%. So even while mortgage interest rates go up 1, 2%, home prices are still going up steadily right along with it. So again, if you are a first time buyer or a repeat buyer waiting to buy, likely means you will pay more for a home later. So if you are thinking of buying, acting now before mortgage rates rise any further and before home prices increase any further is the best thing to do. If you're thinking of selling, your best bet may be to sell soon so you can beat the increasing competition that's about to come into the market. Either way, you can contact me. Um, I am available. You can reach me through my website, shopkentuckyhomes.com. You can message me here on Facebook. You can message me here on YouTube. You can call. All my information is readily available for anyone who is looking to get a hold of me. Just give me a call or a text or an email. Anyway, just get a hold of me if you are looking to do anything involving real estate this year. So now we're going to talk about what you need to know if you are thinking about building a home. And building a home is an amazing thing, especially in today's hot market. If you've been out there as a home buyer and you've been making offers on homes, and you make an offer probably above list price right now, and you wait and you wait and you wait, and then that day comes and your offer is rejected. They got beat. Somebody else beat you. There were 25 million other offers that beat you out. Somebody had better terms than you did. The great thing about new construction is that you don't have that make an offer, wait, see if they accept. with a new construction, you go and sit down with the sales counselor, with your realtor. You can bring your realtor to represent you in that transaction too, but you both sit down with the sales associate. You pick out which home you would like built for you. They tell you what the starting price of that home is. You put down a deposit, and they schedule you for meetings and meetings and meetings and design appointments. Is amazing. There's not somebody waiting in the other room who's about to outbid you on that same home. You go in, you pick out the home, you pick out the lot, they tell you what the price is going to be. Then a few weeks later, you go to a design center to pick out your granite, to pick out your backsplash, to pick out your shower accessories, to pick out everything really, to pick out your front door. We picked out our front door. So, what you need to know if you are thinking about building a home. So, you're ready to build, you're ready to move up. You may be trying to decide whether you want to buy a home that's already on the market, which is tough or tougher, or to build a new one. Since the supply of homes today available for sale is so low, you are willing to consider either avenue, and the prices are relatively similar. While home builders are doing everything they can to construct more homes and help narrow the supply shortage, they are also facing delays due to factors outside of their control, like supply chain issues. The first hurdle builders are dealing with is the lack of supply of various building materials. Nearly everything needed in the home building process is facing some sort of delay, according to a recent article in Housing Wire. The supply issue is not just lumber, but it is everything from roofing materials, windows, garage doors, siding, gypsum, which is used in drywall. And Housing Wire explained that when supplies are low, charges inevitably go up. Meanwhile, a lack of inventory is causing huge delays, meaning builders are struggling to stay on schedule. So let me tell you what I experienced. So, me and my wife are going to build a brand new home. Shh, I don't know. I don't think she wants me to tell you all that. Me and my wife are building a brand new home. So, me being the realtor, I took my wife to sit with the sales counselor. We had spent a few days, weeks, months picking out which home we really wanted. We went and toured all of those homes with our sales counselor, and then finally sat down with our sales counselor and chose the home we wanted to build. This was back in November last year. It's a lot easier now, trust me. So we sat down with our sales counselor, picked out the home. They told us what the starting price was. Standard model home. Here's your price. Okay. Couple weeks later, we went and had our design center appointment. That is where my wife was able to pick the granite for the countertops, was able to pick the fixtures for the sink, the fixtures, the little knobby things on the cabinets, on the drawers, commodes, shower heads, all of that. Backsplash, marble for the sinks in the bathroom. They let us choose our kitchen sink. Didn't even know that was an option. Lighting, etc. Okay, so we did all that. They told us our new price. Okay. Couple weeks after that, we went and had our pre-construction appointment. Great. They took me out to see the lot, which they had already started on. And today they are the house is getting big because they're right up to pre-drywall now, which is amazing. So November, December, January, February, March, 4 months in, and we are scheduled to be done in July. And we have our current house to sell, which we will. So, if being the key word, if you work with your realtor should know reputable builders that have their poop together, that have their stuff together. If you go and try to find a builder yourself or some independent guy or some guy that just is one man operation to build your home, it could take years. But reputable builders had already purchased materials. They'd purchased a lot of materials when they first started to develop the neighborhood. They had already purchased the materials or had the materials on order. So they beat all the price increases. They, uh, after you choose everything, they're able to have weeks or months to order the stuff that they're going to put into your home: sinks, countertops, cabinets, all that. So working with a reputable, you know what I mean. Working with a good builder is key to making sure that you get exactly what you want. So, this article, of course, talks about the supply chain issues. There are those. Skilled labor shortage. Again, working with a reputable builder who's not just a one man band means that they have the labor already ready to go. And those individuals get paid really, really good. So they're going to keep coming to work every day. So all of this may or may not impact you if you try to go it alone and find some random builder who may or may not be any good at all. Then you run the risk of that issue coming up to where you do have to deal with the supply chain issues. You do have to deal with labor shortages. And if it's a one man band or a one guy band, then you could be looking at years to get your home built. So, if you are thinking of purchasing a new construction home, which I would highly recommend, especially in today's market where you're going to pay the same amount of money for a new construction home sometimes versus a pre existing home, then contact your realtor. I would love to help. Contact me if you're in my area, because a new construction home is going to be much more beneficial. It's going to be more energy efficient. It's going to be up to today's construction standards. It should save you on energy. It's going to be more valuable in the long run. So, owning a new construction home, I believe, is going to be a great thing for me and my family. So, if you're looking to purchase a home and your budget allows you to build a new construction home, then we might be in business getting you into a new construction home versus a pre-existing home. So contact me today if that is something that you feel is on your radar. And if you just don't know whether that is something you can do or not, you can contact me and we can certainly find out if that is something that you can do. Finally, today I want to talk about the many benefits of home ownership. For one, home ownership has impactful personal and emotional benefits. When you own a home, It gives you a significant sense of pride because the space is truly yours. You're not renting it from someone else who can come and take it anytime they want. The National Association of Realtors puts it this way, they say, living in one space for a longer amount of time creates an obvious sense of community pride, which may lead to more investment in that community. Owning a home is a significant step towards financial stability. If you've heard, rents are going up. If you are a current renter, your rents are probably going up. I met a young lady the other day, had a very good job, very stable job, and she was paying $1,500 a month to rent an apartment. I told her how I could help in that situation. So, in a financial sense, homeowners benefit from home price appreciation. They benefit from equity gains and having a shield against some of the effects of inflation. National Association of Realtors chief economist Lawrence Yun put it this way, that owning a home continues to be a proven method for building long term wealth. Home values generally grow over time, so homeowners begin the wealth building process as soon as they make a down payment and move to pay down their mortgage. Bottom line here, everyone, is that the benefits of owning a home are foundational. They help to build your net worth. They help you to build your nest egg. So if buying or selling, or if buying a home, owning a home is something that is on your to-do list, let let me help. I am here to serve your needs. I always put your needs ahead of anyone else's, and you can count on me to help you find your next home because I believe everyone deserves to own a home. So for David Hittle, this is David Hittle, not for me. I am me. For United Real Estate Louisville, I am David Hittle. I want to thank you all for watching today. I hope, as always, that it was educational, inspirational, and that if you have a real estate need, you will reach out. Till next Sunday, it'll be April. Spring will be here. I thank you all for watching. Have a good night.